Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. Welcome to Good Shepherd Housing's annual gala in celebration of 46 years of continuous service to our community. It's wonderful to see so many of you here tonight to support Good Shepherd, and we are also thrilled to be joined by so many of you virtually as our speaking program is now being broadcast into our virtual telethon. For those of you who don't know me, I am Candace Bennett, and I'm the Director of Development here at Good Shepherd Housing. As your MC for the night here in the ballroom, I would like to thank all of you for helping to provide local families with the tools and resources needed for stable housing and a successful future. With your help, our award-winning affordable housing programs have reduced homelessness and enabled self-sufficiency among working families in Fairfax County. And are you ready? I have a little secret. We have some news this evening. Are you ready? Yes. Thank you. Just making sure you're still awake. I know you were all glued to your phones. I am pleased to announce, and Leslie, am I right? Today we closed on our 77th apartment. And we could not have done that without the help of all of you. So thank you very much.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Dave Levine, the president of Good Shepherd Housing and Family Services. On behalf of everyone at Good Shepherd Housing, especially on behalf of our board and our wonderful gala committee, I want to thank you for supporting us tonight. Your support will make sure that our mission of affordable housing remains alive and well in our communities of Mount Vernon and Lee along Richmond Highway. I want to acknowledge the two co-chairs of the Gala Committee and two of our board members, LaShonda Ford and Kelly Atkinson, for their hard work, dedication, and good cheer in support of tonight's event. Plus, I want to thank all the other members of the Gala Committee for their tremendous work in making tonight's gala a success. Also, I want to give a special thanks to our own development director, Candace Bennett and her team, Tamsin Van Hooser and Brian Kelleher, for all their leadership, effort, and commitment to making our gala a reality. In the toughest of times, they truly stepped up and delivered for Good Shepherd Housing. Tonight, I welcome you to our gala, even as our world has been turned upside down by the COVID pandemic. With the COVID pandemic came the cataclysmic downturn in the economy. For many of our residents, the economic downturn meant the loss of a job and household income. Many of them do not have the financial resources they had even a few months ago. Many residents work in retail or service jobs, which have proven to be very vulnerable in this downturn. Surprisingly, even the many healthcare workers and adult caregivers living in our housing have felt the loss of jobs. Now, our economic recovery has slowed. We are far from full capacity in many businesses and sectors. Our residents continue to struggle longer than we had expected with the impacts of the COVID pandemic. Thankfully, Good Shepherd Housing has been able to access and source support for our residents. New and old supporters came to our assistance. Unlike many other localities too, Fairfax County has stepped up in innovative and forward-looking ways to support our residents. Our supporters are a giving and community-minded group. In the community we call home, so many supporters continue to give our residents assistance and to lend them a helping hand. We are all heartened by your response. Tonight is a special and unique evening. We honor you, our stakeholders and our supporters, for the many years of your loyal and steadfast support of our housing mission. What Tennyson wrote of Ulysses and his crewmates is true of you. That which we are, one equal temper of heroic hearts. We also understand there is so much more to do, and the COVID pandemic has made our work even more urgent. We still need to add more affordable housing for struggling working families in our community. We still need to continue to build our capacity to serve those most in need. And without question, we will continue to focus on strengthening and enriching neighborhoods with our affordable housing investments. We will be there in these neighborhoods as a quality landlord offering suitable, safe, and affordable rental housing. That's what Good Shepherd Housing has done for 46 years and for countless families. That's what we do today. You have been the key reason for our success over these many years. So enjoy the rest of the evening. On behalf of our residents and everyone at Good Shepherd Housing, thank you for standing with us. And again, many thanks for being here for us.
Good evening. I'm Alexis Feeney-Tallman, and I'm honored to chair the Board of Directors for Good Shepherd Housing and Family Services. On behalf of the board, I'd like to thank you all for joining us this evening and for your support in helping to provide local families with the tools and resources needed for stable housing and a successful future. This evening's annual gala is a celebration of Good Shepherd Housing's 46 years of continuous service to our community. We're proud of the impact that we've made and are thankful to our supporters like you who have made this impact possible. Each year, Good Shepherd Housing provides stable housing and support services to more than 1,000 families, and this year has been no exception. The COVID-19 pandemic has disrupted all of our lives, personally and professionally. But while many of us have been able to comfortably and effectively shift our work to home, many others have suffered from COVID-related job loss and instability. I'm proud to say that Good Shepherd Housing has worked with all of our residents who have suffered from COVID-related job loss to secure rental assistance, keeping their families safely and stably housed. In addition to supporting the families in our housing, Good Shepherd Housing was selected by Fairfax County to distribute up to $870,000 of housing-related relief assistance secured through the CARES Act. With the infusion of CARES Act funds, we're able to help address COVID-related housing instability more broadly throughout Fairfax County. Along with our vital housing mission, we've committed to protecting the health, wellness, and welfare of our residents, neighbors, and communities. With many people struggling with the impacts of COVID, we've invested in safety and community building. We sponsored a public safety community meeting, bringing together Fairfax County government and police with local residents. We recently hosted an outdoor movie night, enabling families to gather together for fun in a safe, socially distanced environment. Despite these successes, we've seen an uptick in applications for our secure, affordable housing. We continue to expand our housing, having closed on an additional unit just this week. However, demand continues to outpace our supply. Our ability to address this gap is reliant on the continued support of generous people like you. As every housing unit we purchase not only houses a family today, but will continue to house families for years to come, I want to thank you again for your support. Thank you, and have a wonderful evening.
Hey everybody, this is Senator Tim Kaine, and I'm pleased to join you tonight for your 2020 Gala celebrating Good Shepherd Housing. The work you do is so important at any moment in time, but maybe never more important than right now. Starting with volunteers from Mount Vernon-based Good Shepherd Catholic Church in 1974, you've grown Good Shepherd Housing into a vital, affordable housing partner and provider in southeastern Fairfax County. Every year, you keep more than 750 households secure in housing, which includes many working families who previously were struggling to keep and sustain housing. Not only do you provide affordable rental housing to those households, but you also support them with assistance, community resources, and case management. The goal of Good Shepherd Housing has always been to help your residents reach a more prosperous and secure life for themselves and their families. By taking away concerns about the need of housing for their families, Good Shepherd Housing gives them the space to focus upon the other needs that their families have. That means their children can remain in local schools that they love. It helps them perform well academically, graduate, and continue on to college, and ultimately lift up entire families. In the past few years, a large number of Good Shepherd Housing residents have sent their children to college, including Norfolk State, George Mason, and Nova. These children are often the first in their families who are able to attend college. What a difference affordable housing is making in their lives. Good Shepherd Housing has also helped countless residents find better employment, learn new work skills, and find opportunities for work and earnings. They secure more income, stay current on their rent, and then remain in stable housing. I applaud Good Shepherd Housing tonight and all of its good work and services in the community, because stable and affordable housing is often the first step to transforming a whole family's course in life. It makes that big a difference. Especially in the last few months of this COVID pandemic, I know Good Shepherd Housing has worked tirelessly to support residents and those in the community who've lost work. Good Shepherd Housing has kept hundreds of families housed through the worst economic downturn since the Depression. And I'm inspired by your work as I work with my congressional colleagues to find a path forward on a fifth COVID relief bill that has to include rental and mortgage assistance for families. So tonight I'm pleased to take a few minutes. I wish I could be with you in person, but to offer this virtual thank you to Good Shepherd Housing, to its board, to its staff, and to its many supporters and volunteers who put community first to solve the housing needs of so many deserving people. My very best to you.
Each year, Good Shepherd Housing looks to honor an individual who has made outstanding contributions to improving the lives of low-income families and individuals through work with Good Shepherd Housing and Family Services. Tonight, we are pleased to honor Paula Lettis with the Joseph T. Adenaro Humanitarian Award. Paula has been a steadfast and committed supporter of Good Shepherd Housing for many years. As a board officer and member of the Strategic Planning Committee, Paula was instrumental in the adoption of our 2011 five-year strategic plan. In her role as board treasurer, Paula advanced the financial reporting of the agency and created a strong foundation for our long-term financial sustainability. Paula has always supported Good Shepherd Housing and our mission through ongoing volunteerism, event planning, and philanthropy. She continues to broaden awareness of Good Shepherd Housing's affordable housing mission and exemplifies the spirit of the Adenaro Award in her contributions to improving the lives of the less fortunate. So on behalf of Good Shepherd Housing and the families we serve, thank you. Can I have you? Okay. I'm so proud of you. We're good? Okay. Got it? Oh, and I have a box. Yes. I'm going to bring it to you later. Yeah. Okay. In 2015, the GSH Board of Directors established the Good Shepherd Housing Philanthropy Award as a way to honor a corporation, organization, foundation, or individual that has made significant and consistent financial contributions to our mission and our cause of reducing homelessness. The Good Shepherd Housing Board of Directors has selected Dominion Energy as the 2020 recipients of the Good Shepherd Housing Philanthropy Award. This past summer, Good Shepherd Housing and Dominion Energy strengthened our partnership and our shared commitment to affordable housing in the community. Good Shepherd Housing was awarded support from Dominion Energy to complete energy efficiency upgrades on 40 of our housing units in the Colchester Town community. These substantial upgrades and investments in our housing will improve the quality of life for our residents and the entire community. Also, Dominion Energy and its charitable foundation recently committed $5 million to help community reconciliation and rebuilding across the company's 20-state footprint. So let us again honor this year's awards recipients. Come on, pictures, there we go. Thank you. We are proud of the impact our housing model has in our community and are thankful for our supporters who make this work possible. Each year, Good Shepherd provides stable housing and other services for more than 1,000 families. And of these, 83% are households with children. We are definitely making a positive impact, but our model can do more. Several years ago, we announced we would be adding 150 additional affordable housing units over the next 10 years. And I'm pleased to announce that since then, we've added 30 more housing units and are well on our way of meeting our goal. Every housing unit we purchase not only houses a family today, but will continue to house families for years to come. And none of this can be done without you. So I want to thank everyone, all of you here, for your support. You have truly made a difference to the people in our programs and the impact we make in our communities. We would now like to share a brief video so that you can see and hear directly the impact your support has made. On March 13th, everything changed for all of us. With the novel coronavirus pandemic escalating in the United States, a national state of emergency was declared. Businesses and schools across the country were shut down to limit the spread of the disease. Many of our clients were immediately impacted. Ms. Washington, a single mom of 2, worked in a store along Richmond Highway. Ms. Washington suffers from asthma and is at higher risk of catching the virus. She called our case manager scared. She needed to pay her rent and put food on the table, but she was afraid if she went to work, she would catch the virus and maybe die, while her employer would allow her to take a leave of absence. She would not get paid for her time away. Thanks to the support of our community, we were able to keep Ms. Washington and her children in their home until she felt she was safe enough to go back to work. Ms. Jones had a different story. Her children are grown and she lives alone. She has worked as a home health care aide for many years. When the pandemic hit, many of her clients reduced visits out of an abundance of caution. Ms. Jones received notice in mid-April that she would be furloughed until further notice. Her employer pledged to bring her back as soon as possible, but they could not afford to keep her employed. Even though Ms. Jones applied for unemployment, she feared she would not be able to make her May rent. She called Fairfax County's Coordinated Services Planning for help. They referred her to Good Shepherd Housing. Thanks to the contributions from many of our supporters, we were able to keep Ms. Jones in her home while she waited for her unemployment payments to begin. Today, we can report that Ms. Jones is back at work and remains stably housed. Ms. Samuels is one of our luckier clients. She's remained employed throughout the pandemic, and she is thankful for that. However, she has an elementary school child and a middle school child who are both enrolled in Fairfax County Public Schools. When Fairfax made the difficult decision to only start back with distance learning, Ms. Samuels reached out to our office. With the support of our Children's Resources Program, she was able to enroll her children in the county's Supporting Return to School program. She was able to avoid making a difficult decision about keeping her job or staying home with her children. Here at Good Shepherd Housing, our small staff has remained agile. We have adjusted our programming to meet the dramatically changing needs of our clients. Thanks to the support of Fairfax County and our donors, we have been able to maintain our programs along with our plans to purchase apartments, buying and renovating 3 since March. We remain committed to increasing the number of affordable homes we can make available, because the need for our housing and services only become greater in a time of economic uncertainty. Your support makes that possible. Every day, our country and our community demonstrate our resilience in the face of adversity. We are all in this together, and together we will get through this pandemic. So now I am so excited to introduce our volunteer auctioneers this evening, Chris Reddick, who is one of our board members, and Adam Van Hooser, Tamsin's beloved husband. All right, kick it off, guys. Do you need your hand mic? You've got your hand mic, sure. Good. Okay. All right, off we go.
Before Adam takes over as the auctioneer for the stars, I wanted to thank 2 special couples that are here tonight, personal friends of Beth and myself. First one, if you've attended any events like this in the past around the entire Northern Virginia area, invariably you see oarsmen mentioned as a sponsor, probably a lead sponsor or a major sponsor. That is due to the endless efforts of Mr. Michael Bennett and his lovely wife, Nikki, who is back there with him, Mike and Nikki Bennett. Mike inspires generosity through all of the oarsman dealerships and is a nice friend of ours. And as I always say in social media, whenever I see Mike and oarsman sponsoring something, I say, be like Mike. Second, a special friend of mine, and one of the reasons I am really proud to be a board member at Good Shepherd, a special friend from 2nd grade at St. Louis Elementary School, and his lovely bride, Linda, Kevin and Linda Gagan, who are in the back corner over there. If you watch Candace's endless efforts at getting pies in the face for 2 straight years, Kevin and Linda have been my benefactors and the major reason I've had pie in my face for 2 years. And Kevin, your chance is upcoming again in another couple of weeks. But tonight, your help and support of Good Shepherd can help us to obtain more housing, as Candace mentioned, 30 units with 120 to go to meet our goal of 150. We can send children to camp or go to after-school events or save the day for the family in need of one-time emergency services. A lot of it you saw illustrated in the video. Your contributions make it possible for Good Shepherd to provide life-changing services to members of our community, our neighbors. Let's make sure we support and show just as much generosity as you can for the Good Shepherd mission and our vital services. And as auctioneers often say, don't give till it hurts, give till it feels good.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. As you know, I'm the much worse half of Tamsin Van Hooser here. In 2017, Tamsin got an internship with Good Shepherd Housing. She had just started on the true path of her calling, which is to take care of events, make sure that the events run smoothly. She is an events associate, but more than anything, she is a loving, caring human being. We've been in the military together now for 17 years. We have seen the horrible, the bad, the good, and the downright amazing that this world can provide for us. I have firsthand seen the countries of devastation, and I've seen the countries rise up well beyond the known boundaries that us as humans can show dignity for. When you see what housing does for a family, it is so hard to understand what it means to have four walls, to be a child, and know that there is safety, not just in the numbers of your family, but in those who care for you that are your family. Here at Good Shepherd Housing, that is what you provide. You are a family. You provide security, safety, well-being, and faith in humanity. What I see here tonight is that. What I like to say, and what has truly meant something to me in the last 17 years, is aptitude, humbleness, and courage. What you are all giving here tonight is understanding that you have the aptitude to understand the problem of low-income housing. You have the humbleness to accept the fact that we have these issues still in our communities today. And the most amazing thing is that you have the courage to act. And that's what you are doing tonight. You are acting on behalf of that courage that so many, like Miss Washington and her two children, are actually living for right now. So without further ado, let's please have our bidding paddles ready to give on behalf of courage.
Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you for your support this evening, and I am pleased to announce. Hold it up, please. That we have raised over $88,000 today in an unexpected environment. And I guarantee you 2 weeks ago, I didn't know that we could do this. So thank you for everybody who's here in the room, for everybody who is on the call. Your support is invaluable. And I want to say that we did have an auction hero step up. They are anonymous, but they did make a $10,000 contribution. So thank you.
Thanks, everyone, and what an amazing night. I think thanks to Candace, Brian, and Tamsin, and Adam for just a tremendous presentation and program tonight. I hope you all enjoyed it. I hope you all had fun. And again, thank you everyone again for joining us this evening in our unique, very unique gala program. And we hope you'll again join us next year. We hope then that we'll be back to our traditional gala format, back to the way we always have done our galas. But thank you so much for your support and staying with us tonight. So I just want to say to everyone, please stay safe and healthy and have a wonderful holiday season. Thank you again for joining us.